Hey, welcome to Zero Hit Points. It's April the 5th. I'm Ryan Miller, and he's Pomplamatz Amberg.
I like LaCroix.
What is a LaCroix now that you've talked about it for 10 minutes?
Pamplemousse.
Is pamplemousse the flavor or the...
Pamplemousse is French for grapefruit.
Oh.
Pamplemousse.
I mean, most of the people who listen to this podcast already knew that,
Yeah.
but I...
LaCroix is water that's flavored with pamplemousse essence.
Oh.
Yeah, it's water.
It's essence.
Essence.
I didn't catch what you said the first time.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm a fat guy who drinks a lot of soda.
Preach.
And I'm trying to cut back on soda.
Oh.
And one of the things that when I worked at when I worked in a building that had free soda, they actually had another product like this called Talking Rain that's just carbonated water. And it sounds horrendous, but I kind of just got used to, just hold on. I kind of got used to drinking. It was flavored like this. It's like, it had like lemon lime flavoring and stuff. But they,
I'm fine with that.
yeah,
It was called Talking Rain.
it was called Talking Rain.
Talking Rain?
Yeah, Talking Rain.
Why do anything else to it after that?
I don't know. It's perfect. And oddly enough, my wife knows the heir to that company. Or the heiress, I guess it is.
Oh.
Yeah, so...
Talking Rain.
Yeah, Talking Rain. So...
Or as Mel Gibson calls it, Normal Rain.
All right. You went there with it. That's fantastic. What is...
I tried to pick a crazy person that the rain would talk to.
Yeah,
was Mel Gibson not a keeper? What?
Is that where you were going with it? Like off the okay. Yeah, great. No, it works.
Talking Rain. Rain doesn't normally talk. See, I think I figured out where the problem is, Matt. Rain does not normally talk.
Well, I mean, I guess it really depends on your point of view.
Wait, let's roll it back. Or as Matt calls it, rain.
Yeah. Because I'm crazy. I get it. That's good. Yeah. So again, trying to get through this terrible... Who cares about this? I'm trying to stop drinking soda. This helps, and I like it. So, shut up, pamplemousse. How's that? How's that for an explanation to pamplemousse?
That's cool. We're both trying to drop some LBs.
Yeah. Wait.
I'm just not doing anything. Yeah, no, sure. So I hit like 180 something, and I start to snore.
Dude.
Yeah, no, I know you. I don't know what your threshold is, but I've slept in the same room as you at PAX, so you're above it.
Oh yeah,
the snore threshold. You are above.
No, I snore all the time. I am a monster.
I thought you were dying.
Yeah,
the first year we shared a hotel room.
No, I am literally. I've had the sleep.
Turns out you were.
The sleep doctor actually said the fact that you're alive is still kind of shocking right now. You don't understand. Who taught you how to breathe, fat man? Yeah.
Huh.
So sleep apnea is a real thing that I don't take care of. And just so you know, if I die in my sleep, odds are Ryan will be there.
My brother just got a PAP.
Yeah.
No,
pap smear?
CPAP. Yeah, if you don't start it the right way, it goes wrong.
Smear?
Yeah, no. CPAP, yes.
It's better than it's not as good as as good as a B pap smear, but you know, it's top 3, so what are you gonna do?
What's the top?
Well, A pap smear. You have A pap smear.
Oh.
These are the jokes they're going for. This show's terrible. This is
Man, what a rough week. Man, I was in Sacramento. Then I was in LA. I wasn't even home most of this week. You were working.
Yeah, I've had
Destiny 2's coming out.
So angry. Destiny 2! It's the worst part of my week, you know? And no, I'm not coming...
So make it better.
This isn't a place of privilege, by the way. I'm clearly coming from like, you know, man of the people here. Salt of the earth.
So make it better. What do you got? Lift us.
I would love to, except the one movie I went out of my way to watch this week was so disappointing that it wasn't positive.
Well, hey, we can still have fun with
We
it.
can't. It is a joyless film. I watched a flick called House on Willow Street. Some friends of mine had seen it, and a couple of them liked it, and middling reviews, and
And you're no longer friends.
no, I totally dislike them. No, I see why people might enjoy the movie. It was like a step too. There were too many leaps for me that I just didn't enjoy. But the movie is essentially a kidnappers kidnap the wrong person. Except it's not a fun horror movie where the person's like a psycho. The person just happens to be a demon, essentially. And so, like, you get all these weird, like, demonic plot devices about how they can hurt it and how they can't hurt it and what they've got to do and why they're connected. And it's just a mess. I shouldn't say it's a mess. It's a cohesive film. Like, you know what's going on. It's just boring.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm just really bummed up at it.
Huh. So did you just... I'm trying to wrap my head around how has this been done before or to death?
No, I mean...
I'm trying to wrap my head around how the person who is kidnapped ends up being a demon thing, ends up being boring
because
in
it's like
some way, yet still cohesive.
It's always it's like the trope of like, okay, for example, Don't Breathe is a perfect example of the taking the trope and flipping it, where the three people breaking into the house are not the dangerous people in the movie. It's the person that they're in the house with, that the person whose house they've broken into. You can breathe now. Yeah, good.
For the whole time you described it.
Yeah, it's good. So
art imitates.
They're doing the same thing here, where they're kind of flipping it. Where the kidnappee is far more dangerous than the kidnapper, and they don't know the kidnappee is a demon. They assume that she's a girl that they can get a lot of money out of from the parents, and turns out that the parents are already dead because she killed them because she's a demon. But they didn't know that.
How old was their information?
Yeah,
did she have like duplicates going on?
Just like a few hours, or like it was 6 weeks. They had like 6 weeks to plan the thing. And within when
did she kill her parents?
Within the 6 weeks while they're planning it.
Oh,
because the 6 weeks of them planning it, so it's like they show them outside the house taking pictures, and your main character, the woman, the girl who's like, she's the driving force behind the kidnapping. Later, like, they kind of explain that everybody involved has a reason to get the money, but like, it's an opening shot of her and somebody else taking pictures in a really, like, even the way it's shot, you're like, how does nobody look at that van and go, that person's a pervert? Like, you see it. It's totally like, it's so just blatant. And then they jump from her taking pictures of the girl they're going to kidnap to them looking at the pictures and her explaining doing the little bit of exposition. And then 6 weeks later, kidnapped. Didn't go so hot. What happened?
They don't show, like, the audience doesn't know she murdered her parent. I don't know why I'm stuck on this.
Not until later on. You get the explanation that so they kidnap the girl thinking they've broken into the house, and they were really smooth and sneaky about it, when in reality the people were dead except for the demon girl.
Is it a little comedic? Are we talking B?
No. This
movie?
is they were going for a horror movie. This is a it's
okay.
There were parts that, like, up until there's a point where she finally kind of becomes the demon. Like, she totally goes from being somewhat human to kind of demonic. And I think where it killed me was the one girl, like the main lead, the woman, she walks up to her with a shotgun and starts shooting at her, and the demon it's like a Castlevania like force field in front of her. She's like, and I was like, are you what is happening right now? It's better if they just, like, she stops the bullets, or the bullets hit her and they just don't do anything or whatever, but don't give her a force field out of, Final Fantasy. It was a little weird.
I feel like
And then there was a whole bunch of floating and like I'm gonna lift you up. But it's like, why didn't she just skip it?
Hearing you talk about this, I feel like there's an aspect of it's just not realistic demonic possession to it. Like, I feel like you're just disappointed in the unrealistic portrayal of what happens when people are possessed and have demonic powers.
It's that I've seen enough movies where a possessed person or a demon is portrayed in a way that makes it like entertaining and not stupid. And this is not that. It like again, there are ways to make demons and stuff like that work, and where it's like even in the context of the film, it works. In the context of this film, they never really give you the context of what she is able to do. So you get a whole bunch of course she can do that. Right. Of course she can do that. And why wouldn't she be able to? So it's, you know.
Now you're speaking my language. No, like this is my number one gripe with superhero stuff a lot of the times. And we've talked about it in terms of Flash, the TV show, which I don't know if they've gotten better or if I've just gotten used to it or what. But they are so inconsistent with what he can do.
Right.
With his powers, and it happens, like I said, with a bunch of it's not just Flash, a bunch of superhero stuff. Like there needs to be a definition. There needs to be some sense. Otherwise, there's no investment in the movie. Like you're right, exactly what you just said. Of course they can do it. Why wouldn't they be able to? That's no way to watch a movie.
No, and that's kind of what it turns into. And then it's like, okay, so they're gonna find some way of killing her now, and it's like you know it's gonna end that way. You just know it's gonna be something stupid, and it's almost always they're gonna blow her up. They're gonna figure out a way to make her into a human and then cut her head off. It's like one of like 5 things they're gonna do. And they totally do exactly that. Like, and I knew it. I called it the minute that I saw like the worst effect in the movie. That whole like that shielding thing. I was like, oh, okay, got it, done. I was hopeful. I was really looking forward to the movie. I thought it was going to be a little different. I was hoping it was going to be closer to something like Don't Breathe, which was freaking great. It's not great. So.
It sounds like you're about to not recommend a horror movie to me.
I am going to not recommend this film. Do not watch it. There are no redeeming qualities. This is not Outland, starring Sean Connery and Peter Boyle.
I didn't have time.
Did you get it though?
No, I didn't even get it. I was in Sacramento for most of the week doing 2 days. That's like most of the week. How many days are in a week?
The whole week.
It took time.
Yeah.
And then I came back and we were actually in LA yesterday because my son had an appointment at UCLA. But yeah, no, I haven't had time.
It's pronounced Ookla. Let's get that straight.
It is. I had time to finish a movie that I started like 7 weeks
cool.
ago. That's how bad or good it was.
We'll get to that. I do want to take one step back for a moment and address an image that you sent me from your telephone while you were at Universal Studios.
Oh man, yeah.
Tell me about what that was and how that all went down because so, I showed Daisy the picture while I was taking her to work. I was like, you got to look at this. And we were both like, yeah, we're eating that. I'm not sure what it was, but it looked like.
No, hey, you want to talk food?
I do.
Like I had a great food week. Like this is so
we had a good food week too.
Oh man, okay, this is it. This is a restart it. Okay, go ready.
No. Well, you go now because I'm in the donut. I want you're in Sacramento. Go.
I on the way to Sacramento, I hit Sacramento. It was actually past Sacramento, but I hit Sacramento right about food time, and it was getting rush hour, so it's always cool to pull off and eat while everybody else is bumper to bumper somewhere. Anyway, so I check out my phone deal.
Yeah.
And it's scrolling through it, and it says Ramen House. So I said, okay, I'm going to the Ramen House. I get there. It's the same one I went to last time I was in Sacramento via the same process, like searching and being like, oh yeah, that's the one I want. Same exact one, same location, but across the street. And throughout my trip, I kept seeing poke bars. Have you seen these? P-O-K-E.
Yeah.
Accent E. Poke. You've heard? I've never heard of these before.
Well, I mean, I'm assuming it's like Hawaiian poke. Like, so it's
yes,
the fish, like tuna.
I'm assuming that too. Yeah. Well, I go in there and it's set up like 3 sections. You know, you choose your rice or whatever, then you choose your protein, and yeah, for protein they have straight up I get sushi. I
Yeah.
mean, it's raw fish. I guess it's not technically sushi, but yeah, yellowtail, tuna, all this stuff. So I'm like, man, this is freaking amazing. And you choose a sauce, and then they have like fried onions or crispy fried garlic to just throw on the top of it. It was so freaking good. It was really good.
I want that now.
It's really good. And then on the way back, I'm about to leave, and I do the same thing. Food phone. That's what I call it.
Yep.
And it says there's a Mongolian barbecue right next to me, and somewhere around 96, Mongolian barbecue turned into like this white whale of mine, because we used to go to one all the time, and I can't remember where it was now, but it was the thing where you pick your meat, you pick your toppings, you pick your whatever, they fry it on a thing. That I feel like that disappeared somewhere, for me at least, somewhere around 96. Like,
weird.
Anytime I go to a Mongolian barbecue after that, it's kind of like that, where it's the same food, but it's never the same like pile it up and throw it on the grill
weird.
type thing.
That is so weird. Like, we go to there's like five of them around here. There's one that like we used to go to that was right down the road from us in Washington.
Who thought living in a small town would come back to bite me?
No, dude, I lived in a small town in Washington and they had one.
Well, even I guess, yeah. All right.
Anyways,
so I suck. I get in line, and the people in front of me are like putting their meat in a bowl and then squishing it down with another bowl, and I'm like, oh man, that's like the cook's looking at him, or I think he is, and I'm like, oh, I'm kind of sketched out about that. I'm like, oh, that's funny, I mean, meanwhile, I'm like, trying to put as much food in my bowl as possible too, as well. Yeah. But then I look ahead of me, and like the next 7 people have food piled 3 times over their bowl.
Dude, totally. Yeah, like the rule of thumb there is if it's not falling over, it's good to go. Like you pile up until it falls, and then
what have I been
it's gonna
doing
fall
with my life?
And then if it's gonna fall, you just gotta hold that thing with like your chopsticks or your fork, and you just take that up to them. They will do it.
They did. I did take that up to them. I didn't squish it down with the other bowl, but I got it up there, and then they fried it, and they said I didn't understand a word that was spoken to me for the rest of the trip. The dude looked at me, he said something, and I said, "Oh, sorry," and then he said it again. And if I'm not understanding something because of somebody's accent, I'll give up pretty quick because I feel bad, right?
Okay.
So
sure.
he said something else, and I just nodded my head and smiled real big and said, "Oh yeah." So I don't know, but he did it. He gave it to me after the fact. I don't know what it was. And then I went to the other girl, didn't understand what she said, but then she gave me an egg roll, and then she brought some fried rice to my table, and then some egg drop soup.
Yeah.
It just kept coming. It was half the price of the poke bowl I had on the way down. I'm telling you.
Yeah, dude.
What's happening? Why?
The joys of Mongolian beef.
And then, yeah, we went to Universal Studios on the way. It was just me and my son because my wife had stuff, whatever. But I figured, we still got the season pass. It actually expires end of this month, so we had to stop by, whatever.
Yeah, hit it.
And the first time we went, there's in Simpsons Land, there's Phineas Q Butterfat's ice cream store or whatever. It's set up like, an old-timey parlor looking thing. And last time we went there, we got 2 things. And one of them was this, their Lard Lad is in Simpsons Land as well. And the donuts are legit amazing.
They're huge.
Like they're freaking huge. And, I mean, well, you can get one that's like comic book huge. Like it's ridiculously huge. But you can also get 4 still huge, but they're all gourmet. Like, they got cereal on top or bacon on their actual maple bars and stuff like that. Real fancy stuff.
Sure. Lard Lad.
So this ice cream thing will give you a big old fat thing of soft serve. They'll cut a donut in half, put one half on the bottom, put maybe 2 fists full, 3 maybe, I don't know, of ice cream in the middle, put the other donut half on top, whipped cream on top, and then you have to eat that like you're not going to die.
I'm definitely going to eat that in that way.
And I should have got that for the whole family that first time, but we got 2 things. I don't remember what the other thing was, but we obviously didn't eat near any of it. Even my daughter, she'll sit there eating ice cream until she dies. Didn't want to die that day. I forgot the thing existed, so I got it again when we went this time. I'm like, oh, hey, look, you did a good job at the doctor. Let's get you some ice cream. I get this thing. I'm like, donut thing sounds good. I get the donut thing, and it's like 5 stories high, and I walk by like 7 people. The first 3 people I walk by, they're like, oh, dang, we got 3 of those. I'm not even joking. And then everybody else is just staring, like eyes fixed on it until I get to my table, and then Then I don't remember anything after that.
Yeah, but you blacked out. It was an ice cream blackout. It happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah, good food week.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah. No, I'm hungry.
Bad. I'm trying to lose weight. Did I tell you?
Yeah, no, you did. It was great.
The movie will take half as long. You ready?
Okay.
Mother.
Do you want to
There's
find
2 movies
hell
named
with
Mother.
me? I can show you what it's like. I'm a cute man.
No, this is Mother. Oh, actually, it might be Mother 96 or 94. I forget what year the movie came out. It's not the movie starring Halle Berry, if that's where you're going, because that's where my movie indexer went, and I had the wrong thumbnail for 10 months. This is the one starring Albert Brooks and Debbie Reynolds as the titular mother.
Oh man, I'm drawing a
No,
blank.
nothing?
Drawing a blank on this one. I don't think I've seen this one.
I mean, you might be able to guess what the movie is based on that.
Albert Brooks and Debbie
Albert
Reynolds.
Brooks.
Yeah, I got a pretty good idea, but please.
Now, they're both fantastic. It's kind of a weird story because Albert Brooks plays this guy that has women problems. He has,
of course,
self problems. And where that gets weird is that you're not sure, because he's definitely still the protagonist, but you're not sure if you're supposed to think he's kind of a jerk.
Sure.
But he is. I think towards the end they still put him up as right more than he's wrong. Like he takes this journey, so they don't necessarily address his faults and say you're acting like a jerk.
Sure.
But it does an interesting dance, and basically he to figure out why he's having all these problems, he decides to perform an experiment where he returns to live with his mother for the foreseeable future, or whatever. So the movie is basically him. It's a series of awesome conversations. Like, this is where, if you think you're going to see an Albert Brooks movie, you're seeing an Albert Brooks movie.
Yeah.
Great conversations, where the jokes are funny. His mom is the doting, but it's just pretty typical mom. Like, she'll bring out the big one is she'll bring out like a block of cheese out of the freezer. Do you want some cheese? No, Mom, I don't want any cheese. I'll get you some cheese. Brings out a block of cheese out of the freezer. It's huge. And she starts to cut it, and he's like, "What are you doing with all that cheese?" She's like, "This is very hard to find." And he's like, "How could it be hard to find? It's all right here."
It's classic Albert Brooks.
Just for 2 hours. Yes.
No, I love it.
And it's pretty good. It's pretty fun.
My favorite Albert Brooks movie, by the way. This blows people's minds. I do love this movie though. It's called The Scout. You ever see it?
I've heard of that one.
It's got
Yeah,
Brendan
no, I've never seen it.
Fraser in it, and and Diane Wiest. It is like an incredible little movie. Yeah, no, it's a great flick.
Totally Outland first. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
No, Outland. Look, Outland is more important than Steve Nebraska.
I thought I was going to get out of this podcast without a movie recommendation, and it didn't. See, I thought when the bad horror movie
I'm not recommending
happened,
I'm just saying it's a good movie. No recommendation.
No, if it's a good movie, you recommend it.
I don't have to recommend anything.
We're having an Albert Brooks movie right now. If it's a good movie, you recommend it.
All right, well, I recommend The Scout then. I also recommend Outland, which is completely unrelated to the game that I did continue playing.
Oh.
I finally got to the sisters.
Spider was this week, wasn't it? Did you do like the 3 bosses?
I did Spider and I did the dragon, and I've been on the sisters, and I might have done somebody else, another one of the bosses before that also, but then now I'm doing the sisters right now, and they are difficult, man. That is a challenging battle.
That's a rough. Did you go back and get all the collectibles?
No. But I know how to.
Okay.
It's taken me forever to get to figure out how to beat them. And the thing that I kept forgetting about was you have that one power where I think it's on the left bumper that you can absorb all of the projectiles.
Oh,
That is when I realized, I can get to fighting the sisters super fast by just using that over and over again on the exterior things that are like shooting lasers at them.
Yeah. I probably should have tried that. I was trying the one that was just like the strong slash, which I think does the same amount of damage.
Oh yeah, this is like super, because this is one where like the first set where you have you kind of you ascend up, and then there are these laser things that are kind of on the outskirts, and they're floating in the middle, and you have to this is all platforming here, so it's all like rotating platforms.
Rotating platforms even, yeah.
Yeah, so the first set I always do by hand. Like, I always go and just jump through the platforms and kill them because they're really easy and I can do it without getting hit. after you do that,
They're
you
like
kill the
arms extending from the sisters that are the platforms are rotating and the arms are rotating.
right,
And you have to kill the little things at the end.
and they change color. So you have
Yes.
to change color. You have to be the opposite color to hurt them. So after you destroy the first batch, then the sisters, you can hit them, but they throw like different colored balls out to deny you from hitting them. Finally figured out how that,
Or you have to coordinate so that you're
the right
the
color
opposite color, so you don't get hit by the balls, but are by the sister you can damage by having the opposite color of her. Yeah,
exactly. So
it's cool.
So
it's a cool battle.
It's a great battle. So that was I figured that part out fairly quickly, and then the next part, more of the same thing from the first part, but now there are more of the extension, like the little arms and the laser beams and stuff, and now there's a ton of like projectiles being thrown at you at all times. So what I found out was if you do the projectile sucky uppy thing and then you let it go, it's a one shot for everything it's going to hit when it comes to the laser beam things. So I can take out like all the ones in the middle like really fast, and then I have to do the outskirts. So
did I do that?
That's
so dumb.
I figured that out, and that was pretty cool. Okay, so I got that. Then I was having a really hard time getting the sisters down on the next bit. So I finally gotten to the point where I'm on, I think, the last section where I can attack the sisters and it'll kill them. But I
want to say there's 3 stages.
And I think, I figured out how to get to that third stage. I'm just like, I can't get to that third stage with hearts. So I keep dying. But
gotcha.
But it's getting there.
If you go back and collect the stuff, obviously you'll get, you might get a health upgrade or 2. I think I only got 1, but still, every little bit helps. But then the other thing you get is double the melee damage.
Right.
I don't think that affects your specials, so maybe I guess if you're relying on those a bunch, you might not see a ton. But
yeah, the one downside to doing
it
in this particular route is that you have a hard time rebuilding those specials up because you're not doing a lot of fighting, and that's how you build the specials up. So you do kind of have to use them a little more strategically, but. Yeah, that was great. I moved on to Bloodborne, and I've been playing more of that. I got back to a point where I'm trying to figure out how to fight this tower that keeps shooting at me, and I don't know how to fight him yet.
Wait, isn't he like one of the? I've somehow heard of this guy. Isn't this he's way far off, and you have to make your way to him?
Yeah.
But he's shooting at you the whole time.
Yeah, pretty much.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It's not hard to get to.
I thought he was pretty early on.
He's the third boss.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm still not very far in the game, like overall.
Gotcha. I guess that tracks. Makes sense.
And then I picked up. I kept seeing all this stuff about PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. It made a ton of money, and it's like first couple days on Steam. I watched a whole bunch of streams on it, and I was like, okay, I got to play this game, and it's a ton of fun. So simple kind of concept that was made by this person, PlayerUnknown. That's his online handle. He kind of created this idea of a battle royale with a mod for Arma 2, and it got bumped into H1Z1, and then he was able to go out on his own and make this. And so I played this, and it's a ton of fun, man. There's kind of a feel of like that. If you've played DayZ or anything like that, how the kind of menus all kind of feel and work, but that was super cool.
So what's the conceit of this game?
This is you are one of 100 people being drop shipped onto an island. You basically load in, everybody is in the drop ship, and then you choose when to jump out and where you're going to aim with your parachute. You scavenge for guns and weapons and armor and whatever you can find, and you kill everybody.
Do you all drop out of the same plane?
Well, pretty much.
Okay.
If people load in later, I mean, I guess maybe they're coming from different places.
I'm just saying you all have,
but you all jump in from the.
You're
plane.
coming from a central location where not like being equidistantly spread throughout the map.
No,
or something
you're
like that.
pretty spread out. I mean, because it doesn't matter. You choose where you're jumping out, so you can jump out at one end of the map, other end of the map, middle of the map, and move how you want. And then
so the plane is continuously traveling,
it's a
and
plane.
You just choose.
It's like and it's
gotcha. So you're not all released.
No.
Once.
It's going. The plane is traveling,
Gotcha.
and you can watch people jump out. You can see where they're going, And that matters because if you're playing like singles, then everybody where everybody is, you want to know. I finally got my first kill, like my third or fourth game in. Dude followed me into a house and we got into a fist fight and I just beat him. Punch. Yeah.
Are there weapons?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's
like,
guns, sniper rifles, pistols. Okay. Yeah. It's a brutal game. It's mean. It's winning that game is not possible for people of my ilk, but it's fun. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, you run people over in buggies. It's cool. Yeah. And then,
although I imagine you oftentimes get shot right out of your car while trying to do that from the sniper somewhere.
Sometimes the funniest thing is the sniper. Well, the funny thing with the vehicles is that the vehicles don't really have. They have weird physics to them. So if they're not completely at a standstill and you get out, you get run over by the car if you get out of it.
Oh,
so
there was a game you could do that. I mean, I know you could do that in Battlefield 4, not too difficult.
But this is like if the car is moving at all, you're dead. Like I had a car
there was
barely
another
moving.
game that I want to say was exactly like that happened.
I'm sure there have been, but this
always happened to me.
I totally did it to myself.
I heard I saw an article about some guys that got into a vehicle and then immediately overturned it and then sat in the car for the rest of the game and won that way.
Yeah. Good times.
Now that's some car physics.
Hey, you know what? If you're not looking for them, then there's no reason to look at.
It's all fair game, right? Yeah, no, I get you. That was not a glitch or anything, right?
Like the way the game it does, like the map itself does shrink to where like if you don't as like people die off and time goes on, the map shrinks to where you have to move to the centralized location, otherwise you get damaged. So it takes time.
That's smart, probably, rather than wait for two people to find each other.
The other incredible.
Tell you what, though, people be checking cars now.
Yeah, well, here's the other smart thing they did. And as soon as you die, you're given the option to just quit the game. Like, there's no reason for you to sit and wait. You get your rewards. It tells you all your things, and then you're done. You move on to your next game.
Whoa, it was not like that at some point?
Oh, no, I have no... No, it is just like that, and that's just... I'm glad
Okay, no, yeah, I hope that was the first thing they thought of. No, yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I'm not taking blame or assigning anything here.
Just in a game like this, like, I get why they don't put that into Call of Duty or something like that.
It's good that they have the option, that's all.
No.
And then I was inspired by you this week.
Okay.
Stupidly.
So you did one of three things. Ate way too much ice cream.
Nope.
Took your son to the doctor.
No.
Pooped in the bed.
Okay. 2 of 4 things. So we're going to run it a 50-50.
Played Super Hot.
Because I also played Super Hot this week. I went through the game start to finish again because I deleted it and so I had to re-download it and I wanted to play the challenges. So I blew through that.
Who deletes Super Hot?
Yeah, well.
How are you living your life?
Correctly now. So I deleted it and I reinstalled it and I blew through the campaign in like an hour. Maybe hour and a half.
That is about exactly as much time as I've been through the campaign now with all those challenges, I guess more 10, 15 times. So it takes about an hour.
So I went through the whole campaign and I got the challenges good to go. So I'm getting in there. I just got to I'm going in the exact order. So I'm not skipping them, even though like I know that you can do like X amount of levels and it'll open up like 3 other challenges. So I'm just doing them in order. I don't know that I'll go as far as you did.
Wait. Are these... Because there's 2 types of challenges. You're not in endless mode. We're not
I'm not talking about
endless
mode. I'm talking about the challenges.
Okay.
Like katanas only, blah, 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 only.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So those you can go through, and if you go through like 5 of the levels in one of the challenges, it opens up the next one. You don't actually have to finish.
I did not know that.
Yeah, you don't have to actually finish all of them. I think they're like you have to finish them all to get the last couple, and it may get more. You may have to finish more levels increasingly to get them. I'm not sure, but I know the first, I don't know, 7 or 8. I
just went through like you're going through.
And that's all I'm doing because is this quicker to kind of go through the whole level at one time, or the whole challenge at one time?
So how many challenges did you get through?
I don't know. I'm up to the one that's fists only. So
Okay.
so
All right.
that's a couple in, and there have been some challenges, man. There have been a couple that have, oh man, they made me angry.
How but you're enjoying them so far.
Yeah, they're great. They're novel. I like I said, I don't know how far I'll go with them. But like there are a couple levels in particular that I'm not looking forward to the fist only one, and in particular, the elevator is one that I am really not looking forward to.
Man, I forgot about that one because I went back and finally did the no restart challenge. That's what it
No
is.
restart challenge. That's what it was.
Yes, and I did restart it several times. But there was in fact, did I mention? I know I mentioned that I streamed it before this, all the challenges before this. I think I did like the impossible challenge or something like that. The footage never turned out. So if I said that was going to go up, it never went up. So
you're a liar. Okay,
don't worry
good.
about it. But this one is definitely up.
It's there. It's thumbs up your butt.
And it is just the no restart
It
challenge.
was good.
But I did restart it twice. I guess if I got on my third try, I don't know, 2 or 3 times. I don't know. The first time I got to like level 18 of 25, and I didn't keep a close enough eye on some dude that was like across the counter in a different room.
Oh, right.
When I was starting in. Yeah, I don't know where that guy came from. Like, he must have adapted immediately to where I was going.
Watch
or
my
something,
back.
And then,
Your back just got punched twice.
yep, it did. It got punched once, and it was enough. And then I just got sloppy.
Which is always going to happen.
That's demoralizing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But still got through it.
You did.
So,
It was very exciting to watch.
It's about an hour in, I think, if you want to trim the fat.
It was good. I liked it.
And then that unlocked the last challenge that was just everybody has big heads, and I think punches kill or something like that. So no real challenge there, but a cool little thing to peg on the end so that the last thing left in your mind is maybe the hardest time you had with the game. So
yeah,
appreciated that.
Yeah, it's been good so far. But that's last thing I played.
Cool. Neat. What if I played Flower?
What did you play it?
I did.
What'd you think?
I don't know if how many flowers are in that
A
game.
lot.
I did 4 flowers.
It was like 100.
Oh, really?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Oh, no, sorry. Main screen, right? When you're looking at the potted flowers.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's like 100 of them.
There's 1 million. Okay, 100. All right.
No.
Really?
I honestly don't remember how many. I think there's like 16 or 12 or
Oh,
something.
okay. Right, even that seems high. Like I'm running out of room on my shelf here.
Yeah,
in
the
front of
camera
my window.
pans. You go, whoop.
Oh. All right. So I might not even be halfway
I don't know.
through.
Just
But
play the
it's-
game.
Yeah, I'm playing the game. Yeah, probably don't worry about that. If you're worrying about that, you might be playing the game wrong.
You might be.
I promise I'm not playing the game wrong.
How you liking it?
It's very hard to play the game wrong, maybe. It's cool. It's exactly what you said. Like I've been actually doing like a level right before I go to bed. Not by choice, but that ended up being pretty cool just because it's kind of a good way to wind down. Good way to cap off the
It
evening.
totally is. Like that. I love the sound effects that they have and the soundtrack and all that stuff. It's a beautiful game.
Very pleasant. Very nice. Very beautiful. Yep. It's cool.
I'm glad you're playing
I'm glad I paid $3 for it or whatever it was.
Yeah.
But I've also been doing some type shift on my iOS device.
Oh.
Have you heard of this?
No.
Have you heard of Spell Tower?
Not. Nope.
Okay, same guy apparently. I actually have played Spell Tower too. I've never talked about it here. I haven't done my due diligence there, but type shift is pretty cool, and for this reason, you need to know about it. So the gameplay is basically you have think of like an Enigma machine or something like that. Like you're kind of have a series of letters, and you have wheels on each letter that you're spinning through, right? Except
Sure.
you're doing that to create words, and once you create a word, it turns that letter a different color, and once you turn all the letters a different color, you've completed that level. So that's the base gameplay, but they have another mode that I can't remember what it's called. It might just be called Puzzle or something like that. But basically because it's a take on crossword puzzles at that point. You have all your clues at the bottom. It's like whatever this thing.
Yeah, I'm into that.
And then you try and spell the word with the same gameplay, but it somehow isn't easier even though you might know the word you're looking at. Which okay. you're way more crossword puzzle experienced than I am. Is the point of the clue to trick you? No, you are. You do you have the one on your phone that you do?
Yeah, no, I have
swear,
I have
do a ton.
I have the New York Times crossword puzzle.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I don't know. I've never had any that I ever felt like were intentionally trying to trick me. They were always
some of those clues you're like, okay, sure, I guess that's true.
I mean, okay.
But like,
yeah, so
come on.
I think there are there are certainly authors of crossword puzzles that will have a little more fun with the clues. Sometimes you do get like a New York crossword puzzle, for example, is great. Sometimes they are just very straightforward. You know, it's eeny, meeny, miny, whatever. But then, you know, they will totally do one of those weird, it's very oddly worded things. And it's similar to eeny, meeny, miny, but they're really looking for Larry Fine from the Three Stooges. Like, for what? I don't know how you got there, but you did.
So you mentioned authors. Is that a thing? Like, there are authors of crossword puzzles that are known?
Oh, yeah.
That, like, they're...
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know. Like,
that makes sense then, because they cite the author on each of the puzzles.
Yeah, I'm by no means like somebody that can go, oh yes, well Arthur P. Crackintosh, he has the best ones. But no, there are definitely like the people who there are authors. Yeah, totally. There are people that spend.
Okay, so they're totally taking
dedicated.
from that. Yeah.
Yeah,
one of them. Yeah, it's just like one of them was like this isn't it because it sounds incredibly easy when I say it out loud, but it was like Chuck and Straw.
Norris.
Berries.
Chuck and berries.
Chuck
straw.
Berry. Strawberry. Straw. The berry isn't technically a strawberry. That's just the full word.
Oh yeah.
So,
no, I get it. I see what you're getting at.
No, I'm just saying that's where I'm like, oh, I guess if you say it like that.
Oh yeah, no, that's a very common style of clue. I don't think that's
all right.
I just think you're being a baby at that point if you think you're being tricked.
That's fair. That's fair. It's super fun. Like, really check it out, especially if you're in a crossword. I'm enjoying it.
Is this a 99 cent or $5? What is this?
No, there's a free amount of things for you. Like, you download it and it has enough of a tutorial with free stuff attached to it. I think the crossword puzzle one is in there. Yeah, I'm almost positive. But then you buy packs after that, and there's a starter pack that I think is $1.99, and it gives you a pretty fair amount of puzzles after that, which honestly makes sense that they would do this game in that way, especially if they are taking from crossword puzzles, because they want to just, throw a pack out by author as well.
Yeah, that's not something that, like, honestly, like, crossword puzzles are things that I'm actually okay with buying packs of things like that. Like, that doesn't bother me so much.
It seems like a current or living community, right? It's not, you're not just going to be sitting there. It's not content that's generated in a way like it makes sense that they would charge per pack. But yeah, I mean, if you buy everything, there's like, let's say like $50 worth of stuff out there you can buy if you want, but
I'll check
that might be high. 25.
I will check it out though. I do like a good crossword puzzle. They're fun.
I bought the $2 pack and the starter pack, and it comes with a ton of stuff, and worth it as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah,
so
I'll give it a shot.
All right. Speaking of giving things a shot, let's get this podcast going with news of the past week. There's been one big item in particular that you might be excited about. The big news item of the week. It's got a 2 in it. Injustice 2 did another trailer.
Oh, you got me. I thought you were going to say Destiny.
Did I?
Didn't, and I hate it, and I love it. All right.
I don't think I did.
You didn't. Good job. Nice get.
Yeah, they did a good as bad trailer. It's probably got a better. It's good to be bad.
Yeah,
Don't
so you were like right on par with that.
Featuring Gorilla Grodd, Bane, Captain Cold, and Scarecrow.
They also actually did another trailer for Catwoman gameplay.
Oh, really? Anything come out of that? I didn't see that. So
she was in it, and she fought.
Okay.
I don't know that it was ever a question that she was.
How much is the game?
But she's great.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, yeah, she was in they did another combo trailer that was about the female.
But they did another, they did another gameplay trailer. Anyways, Gorilla Grodd,
Yes.
Captain Cold, Scarecrow, and Bane. Couple things here.
Okay.
I am excited for all of these characters in the sense that outside of Bane, I mean, Bane was in the first game. I don't really care about Bane so much. But Captain Cold...
Was Bane huge in the first game?
Yeah.
He's not like necessarily huge here.
Yeah, well, I don't know. There's probably some stupid explanation about the venom in his system that's not bulking him up as big or not. I don't know.
Well, so I'm saying, was he like Venom huge in the first game?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I'm expecting that like his X-ray or whatever. What do they call it in Injustice Land? His special
X-ray. I don't know. I don't remember what they call it.
They still call it X-ray. I suspect that's probably where he'll
Super move,
inject himself and go nutso, right, or something like that.
Could be. Yeah. I don't know.
Okay.
Bane is the one that I'm just not. I'm just not excited for Bane. Bane's.
It doesn't seem like they did a ton with his design. Honestly, he just looks like he's.
Which is one of the reasons I'm glad you brought up
Leathertown.
design. I don't like the design that they've chosen for Scarecrow. Not a fan at all of that look. I much prefer. I like for example, I actually really love the Batman Begins look for him. I like the I like the animated.
I don't remember what he looks like.
He just had like a bag for a head, basically.
I was thinking Arkham Origins for some reason.
Yeah.
No, for sure. That's Cillian Murphy.
Yeah.
It's a great one.
In the Arkham games, I like that. That's kind of standard, almost animated series design. That's a little pulled from that.
Always good.
This one, like, I know what they're going for. It just reminds me of a really he looks like a tweaked out version of Jack Skellington. I look at it.
He's pretty spindly. No, yeah, for sure.
And I just I don't mind him being spindly even. Like, I just don't like that. He doesn't look like a person. He doesn't look like the Scarecrow that I personally like. So I hope there'll be extra skins for him that put him into a more animated series or the traditional.
Almost for sure. Yeah.
Love the look of Captain Cold. Really, cool. Actually, I can't believe they've got Man May in the game. That's awesome. Which is now what
Say again?
Man May. That's what I'm calling him from now on.
Oh, that's cool. I get it.
Yeah.
Okay. How well do you know Captain Cold? Can I ask you a question?
We're on a first name basis. I call him Captain.
Okay. Because he's in the Flash, the series as well.
Yeah.
I've never still seen anybody make a case for that guy, like as an actual threat. Like, also Cold. Speaking of the times in the Flash where his powers can't do crap. It's when he's fighting Captain Cold and dude shoots him with a gun that's not scan detection here. Or
it's
whatever
not hit
it's
scan.
called. What's that called?
It's not a hit scan.
It's not hit scan. It's not instantaneous Flash, but he can't. He just every time he's like, man, how am I going to beat this guy? Just run up to him and hit him. Oh, he's just got a gun.
Yeah.
It's really cold.
It's a cold gun.
It's cold.
Hey, that's what he's the captain of it.
Has anybody made a case for this guy in your...
Okay, if you go... So one of the things about a lot of the Flash's villains in general, a bunch of them kind of fall into that. You get guys like Captain Cold, Captain Boomerang, really? Like, that's a guy you're going to be concerned about, a dude who throws boomerangs. You're the Flash. There is nothing special about him throwing boomerangs. Sorry. Like, the boomerangs aren't supersonic boomerangs. He doesn't have supersonic power to throw the boomerangs. He just throws boomerangs. Like, a lot of the Flash's characters, and that's one of those issues with him almost as a character. Even with, like, Superman, as much as I dislike the character, they did eventually give him, like, the one out of he can be hit by kryptonite. With the Flash, it's like, well, you can't shoot him. So you've got to try and capture him. Well, he's going to be too fast to stop that. Well, and that's it, right? So it's like they've always got to have these weird...
In the TV show. That's
same thing in the comics.
No, like half the time, like just...
It's the same thing in the comics.
Oh, is it really?
They always have to find some stupid way. Like, he gets tripped by somebody. He always gets caught in the dumbest ways.
Okay.
I mean, to be fair...
So nobody's made a case for Captain Cold yet, is what you're saying.
Is there a case for May in Overwatch? Same thing. That's
it. Not necessarily made in this trailer either. It looks cool, and
no,
NetherRealm's really good at making up like combos and stuff like, and the special moves and all that. But still,
he's DC's version of Sub-Zero now. That's all.
He's fighting Superman and he just like shoots him with some icicles and then does a big icicle on top and then squishes him with it. I'm like, man, Superman's probably like, what do I do now?
Oh, man, it is cold.
I'm out here. Yeah, it's brr.
Man, it is so cold, like the Fortress of Solitude that is not located in a very cold area of the world.
He just surrounded me with my home.
Yeah, like it's super.
What now?
Man, it is super cold, like space that I go to regularly. You idiot. Yeah, I don't know.
Hey, what about the one guy I bet we like the best out of all
Grodd,
of these?
I am actually very excited to see. Like, I like the design for Grodd. I think he looks like fun. And it'll be cool to see Winston, Science Monkey friend. Like, I love this. We're getting an ape ascension. You know, we've got really good Planet of the Apes movies. Winston, Grodd, it's Kong Skull Island.
So,
everything's going ape.
Watch NetherRealm pander to Overwatch fans is
that's it. Yeah,
the message of this
I hope
trailer.
I hope Grodd goes, I am not amused. I am not a monkey.
He likes peanut butter. They showed some of Grodd's moves too, like he mind controls Flash into beating himself up for a while,
which is great.
There's some fun stuff in there. Yeah, good try. Okay, what about the other two?
I don't care.
Destiny 2 was announced. It's coming out. Well, it was leaked and then announced, and then they released a bunch of stuff about it. So it's a bunch of stuff about it week here at the Destiny 2 podcast. Would you like me to tell you about some of it?
Sure. Tell me all about it. Tell me how I'm supposed to be super excited about this. Because they have gone out of their way to make sure that we all know that Nathan Fillion is in the game.
So yeah, this, I guess, we didn't talk about the Nathan Fillion trailer. I don't remember if it was out.
No, it came out like the day after or something. We recorded it,
all right.
Or maybe even later in the day.
There was a Nathan Fillion trailer. It's him as Cade, the Hunter Vanguard, just kicking back and being Nathan Fillion for a while in a different way for a different place. And it's fun, entertaining enough. Like, I kind of always liked that character in the first game anyways. But then this was the full announce here, has a full Destiny 2 trailer. Cade features pretty heavily in that trailer again.
Yep.
Which is, I guess, most interesting if you think about kind of how Destiny 1 portrayed itself most of the time. And Cade, while he added flavor and was fun, like was never so at the forefront that you thought Destiny was a comedy at any point. But everything so far for Destiny 2, it seems like they want you to know that they're not taking things so seriously this time around, I guess.
It's a good time to fight the war of the galaxy where our home, the last bastion of humanity, was just decimated by creatures that we've been trying to fight forever. They've taken our Traveler. Don't worry, we still got time for Jim Carrey. Let's go, buddy. It's like, are you kidding me?
So you're not into it.
You know what? It's not even that. Like, that is all just superficial nonsense about whether or not he's good.
There's no gameplay.
No, it's all stupid. I just...
It's pure marketing. I've heard that Bungie isn't even in charge of the majority of all this marketing anyways. So it's created in a lab somewhere by somebody who knows what people responded to the most out of Destiny 1, which was probably Cade and... the Taken King, stuff like that. So there's shades of all of that here with the bad guy and all the jokes.
Yeah, that trailer certainly did nothing to inspire me to be interested, and I just don't care about Destiny. That world did not draw me in any way. I've said this a billion times. Like, it's that game frustrated me and annoyed me in a billion different ways. And I don't care. I don't care about this game in the slightest. Like, if it succeeds, awesome. If it fails, perfect. I don't care. Do your thing, man. Go play with.
We've talked.
Go play with Nathan Fillion.
Ton about
I love
it at length.
It's great. Everybody's
numerous
happy.
times. I remember the ending of every conversation where we would just shake our heads and stare at each other like, what a weird thing. And for that reason, I'm super interested in what this ends up being. I don't think it's going to be different enough that I'm going to want to play it, honestly. I think it's gonna be and I like Destiny 1 just fine. Like I will pick it up again at some point, probably to finish off some of the things I haven't finished off, but
I won't.
No, you definitely won't. Your copy just sold on eBay.
Nice.
For any guesses?
$4.
Ooh, $4.99. Not bad. You undervalued Destiny for the zillionth time.
Apparently.
But I tell you what I'm really looking forward to is the beta. I will play the beta, like, for sure, just because I am super interested to see, liking Destiny 1, thinking about what Destiny 2 is if they get the wrong stuff right. Bungie's a smart bunch of folks, even though it's probably a different bunch of folks.
Yeah, it's not
not terribly, but I mean, even just over the course of Destiny, they lost some key members there. Anyways, I am super looking forward to the beta because I'm looking forward to just curiosity-wise being like, oh, okay, they solved these problems, or man, still, etc. Would you play the beta with me? You'll play the beta. You won't care about it, but you'll play with me, right? Just the beta. There's no commitment there.
Yeah, no, there's a commitment there that I don't want to make. There's like it's going to be. I'm usually up for just about any beta. I'm usually up for it. This is one that I'll wait and see.
You're gonna draw a line at the beta. Okay.
I very well might. Like, I don't want to have anything to do with that game, man. Like, to me, there's. I know. Here's what I know about the upcoming beta that they'll release for this. I know for a fact that it's going to be fantastic. It's going to be great because they learned a huge lesson from releasing the beta for Destiny 1 and then letting everybody find out that the whole game was that. So this is going to be something they are going to go out of their way to make sure whatever they release, this is going to be like tippy top, best of the best that they're putting out. There will probably be things in the story later on that accentuate and grow, I'm sure, but
it'll be 5 minutes long and they'll say there's a ton more this time,
which is very likely, man. It's very likely they will find one simple mission to give you enough flavor, and that's it. I'm not doing it.
They're not gonna.
I'm not doing it.
You would hope they wouldn't make the same content mistake that they made last time, where for months people thought Destiny was a little thin. For a year maybe. They've built it out with a lot of expansions that you had to pay for, so I guess I don't know if that counts, but you would like to think that Destiny 2 is not going to come out and people are going to say, that's it again,
I would like to think that, but I'm not going to make any... Okay. I'm going to make assumptions based on past examples.
Fair. If you pre-order it, you get early access to the beta. They also talked about the expansion pass, which is the same price, I want to say $35, so everybody's expecting that the expansions themselves will follow suit and be $20 again on their own. The collector's edition is out there for like $250. It comes with a messenger bag because you got to put all your statues in something. And it's been confirmed for PC.
That is super exciting.
Okay, well, what about Agents of Mayhem? That was another one that got a release date. August 15th. The makers of Saints Row.
Yeah, Volition.
Got a trailer out there.
This looks just like fun. I really like the animation, the art style, the big bombastic goofiness of Volition in general. Yeah, I'm totally into seeing what this turns out to be. There's not much out there. There's the one trailer, so I don't know. I want to see. I want to see more.
I feel like they wouldn't have to do much with this because they made Saints Row. This is another open world game. Like I feel like you got to know kind of what to expect here, largely. So I don't know how much more they would do, but yeah, you're right. Just the trailer's far. So it's not doing a ton for me.
Sure.
I bet it's pretty solid. I mean, these guys know how to make an open world game, and they know how to make one that is bombastic and fun in that way. I don't kind of doubt that, but a lot of the humor in the actual trailer didn't land. I like they did a heck of like an 80s vibe. They had like the A-Team theme, and there was some other 80s song, and they stuck to that even with the design of the game itself. Like I dug that,
Yeah.
but just some of the humor kind of didn't land, and just overall lots of gameplay, but not necessarily anything that I was like, oh, I could see how that would work out. Or if the gameplay turns out like if they can deliver on that, then okay, cool. Which sounds it's about the dumbest statement anybody can make at any point. So
I don't know.
0HITPOINTS.com.
I like it, and I'm gonna go ahead and sanction it and allow it. Yeah, I don't know. It just looks like fun to me. I guess Saints Row is a ton of fun, and I like the idea of them doing something similar, but in a bigger way, I guess, which is what this.
I do like that. Yeah,
so,
yeah.
I see what you're saying. I've played enough Saints Row games to know what that is, and I don't necessarily.
And I've only
want
played
that.
Saints Row 1, so I think.
And they're so different.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, 4 is dude, 4 was incredible. But knowing what they are, I don't know that I just want that. But I am very interested to see how this turns out. So.
Yeah, I am super glad this isn't Saints Row 5. Like that's
yeah, me
cool.
too.
Yeah. What else is cool? Mass Effect Andromeda. What? I could segue.
I'm the furthest thing from cool.
By way of update, we talked a little bit about Mass Effect last week, and so did everybody else. So it has problems,
but not like us.
No, not like us. Well, you're right. What the freaking market is working, isn't it? We're still talking about it.
Oh, I gotta go buy it now.
There was a statement by Aaron.
Aaron?
She works at BioWare. She
Aaron.
Is it a guy or a girl?
I'm gonna guess
it is a guy.
Because
I don't know what. It's a boy's name. It's spelled with a Y.
Just
I don't know
over.
why that. Just start over. They've had their problems, and they've come out to say, Aaron has come out to say that don't worry, we're working on it. There's going to be a patch coming out next week, tomorrow, in fact. It's going to do a bunch of stuff. You can skip when traveling, inventory limits, the appearance of eyes are going to be like humans. Things that everybody's always wanted in their Mass Effect game. You're going to get it.
You just Rick Moranis to me in a way you have no idea. You just like the way you looked when you said Mass Effect Andromeda, restart it. It was very much so that Ghostbusters, would you like some coffee? Yes, have some. Yes, have some. It was that. Like that's what you just did.
So Mass Effect Andromeda, yes, have some.
Have some.
They've also basically said anything short of an apology. They've basically just said, we get it. We're going to keep working on it, and you can keep playing it. So there you go.
I'm looking forward to them fixing lip syncing issues because that's pressing.
They say that's coming too. Like you can tell looking at all this stuff that they're listening to the criticisms because a whole bunch of it has to do with character animation. So
yes, they're also updating some of the romance options for Scott Ryder.
Yes, apparently other people were upset that Scott Ryder couldn't get his gay on as much.
He couldn't get his gay enough. Which you know what?
Hey, 0HITPOINTS.com.
You know what? If you're gonna have the options in there, you might as well spread the joy. Get them. Start spreading the news. Philadelphia cream cheese.
I don't know what we're trying to say.
I'm saying that people are upset about it, and they're gonna fix that. And I think that congratulations. And
I'm gonna start a series of petition for games that aren't gay enough, and that way they'll just kind of be like an open dialogue for people where you can go. Sign up, say which games you think aren't gay enough, and we can see what we can get done. All right?
That's fair. I mean, I think having options
again,
is good.
I don't know what we're trying to say.
I don't know either.
Options.
I just want people to have.
That is it.
If you want to have loving options for your character, and you happen to want them to be gay in a specific, you know what? Get Turian. I don't know.
Funny story about options. My special needs son, at some point heard that word or heard it connected with, I don't know how he made the connection, but for the longest time, it was one of his first words because he would say it whenever he got stressed or worried about something, like if he couldn't get his shirt on or something like that. He would just start saying options. We couldn't figure it out for the longest time. We're like, why does he keep? Just anytime we give him peas for lunch, options. It was great.
Like, okay, so I like it.
You know what? He needed more. I showed him Mass Effect Andromeda the other day, and he's like, options. He loves Mass Effect Andromeda.
Options.
Way, so.
Speaking of options, how's your stock marketing going? Have you optioned anything lately? Your
like
Facebook stocks?
Facebook. So okay, where did you go when you heard this headline? Oculus founder Palmer Luckey leaves Facebook.
Where did I go? Like, I went to Chuck E. Cheese and I went and I celebrated.
You know what? I shouldn't have asked. Where did your mind go? I read this and I thought, oh, he deleted his profile. Like, he's just fed up with social media.
Yeah, F you guys. I'm off Facebook. No, I assumed he quit or got fired.
He did.
I assumed he
That's
quit.
what happened. Yeah. Well, the statement's very nice. So there doesn't look like there's any flames that we can see.
Oh, we'll fan something.
Obviously, it's been a crazy year for him. Like after Oculus came out, and he the lawsuit, and then he had the Trump thing. Like, he's probably not necessarily leaving just because he would have left after a year anyways.
Yeah, no, I'm guessing that this has become an optics thing. I'm guessing this is hey, Palmer, thanks for this.
Well, they disappeared this dude like way quick after that Trump thing. Like, I don't think we've still heard a peep from him except for his
court
deposition
case.
During the court case, or whatever, or testimony. But yeah, the statement from Facebook is he will be dearly missed. Legacy extends far beyond Oculus, inventive spirit, etc. No bad blood on the face, it seems, but yeah, you got to think that things haven't been great for him or the company. It doesn't seem like this was going to last much longer. Anyways,
speaking of companies that don't last very long,
I did not do this on purpose, but
and disappointing news: Mad Catz is gone. They've shuttered their doors. CEOs and chairmen have quit. They've liquidated assets.
They will liquidate.
No, they're liquidated. They've been liquidated. They
lit them on fire.
Yeah,
that's how. Yeah.
Burned, and then they got turned into like a mulch thing, and then they got. But blame Harmonix for having Guitar Hero band.
It'd be great if the CEO got up and we trace it back to Guitar Hero 2. Actually, wait, they didn't even. No, that would be extra funny because they didn't do the peripherals for Guitar Hero.
No.
2.
It totally would. It totally would have been like we overstepped manufacturing on Guitar Hero Aerosmith. We just.
Oh boy.
We saw a ceiling, or we didn't see the ceiling coming, and it was just out of nowhere.
We bet big on Guitar Hero 2. And when those got manufactured by Red Octane, we knew we were in trouble.
And then we decided for the last couple of years, we're going to release an arcade stick. And then we're going to release the same stick, but with a different skin on it and kind of rejigger it a little bit because we can't afford to make new stuff. So unfortunately, Mad Catz,
it's sad. The 30 years, dude. They've been making stuff. Like that's.
No, they've been around forever, man.
And it sucks when people lose their job.
Yeah, no,
for
sucks. Sure. It's a downer.
It's a bummer.
You know what? Mad Catz should find something else to build, and I hope there's
you could see it coming. For sure.
See it coming. Yeah, I hope they could see it coming. Hey, here's a fun one. I am an animal lover. I am somebody who not like animal husbandry. I mean, that's just weird.
Pretty sure that's not what you think it is.
You know what? You're not a farmhand that knows things. Look,
Farmhands are exactly what you think they are.
Just giant hands that like drive things. Yep. Like you have drive, just tractoring. I like animals. I am not a fan or a real supporter of PETA in any way. They do a lot of real dumb stuff, say a lot of real stupid things. And one of the stupidest things I think they've said in the past 10 minutes is that they're angry that the cow milking game in Nintendo's 1-2 Switch is not mean enough. It's not cruel enough because cows hate having their udder being milked. It's
This opens up so many possibilities. I mean, okay, you're right. Like, be nice to animals, and the life of a dairy cow sucks. No way around it.
Yeah, but we're.
I'll read the statement. Maybe this will get you going.
These idiots are why people who why when there are the vegetarians that are like, oh, I don't eat meat, like they're outright. These are the people that are the reason there are people that do that, and then the response being, I am going to now eat an entire cow in front of you. Like, and at some level, well deserved.
Is that why I do it?
Well deserved, you know. Like, but please read the statement. Let's go ahead and hear this brilliant piece of yammering.
I had to include it because just the things that come to mind, like with this entire situation. But yes, it says, quote, our staffers and activists have recently played the cow milking minigame for Nintendo Switch and realized you've taken all the cruelty out of milking. So first image that comes to mind, PETA staffers and activists playing 1-2 Switch.
Yeah. And then getting actively annoyed and angry at it for not being cruel enough.
Or maybe number one, I guess, join the club. Like 1-2 Switch nobody's real impressed with 1-2 Switch. So I mean,
people
your
are
first video game review has been a success.
Yeah, no, people are genuinely angry with it because it costs so much money.
Also,
which is also a form of cruelty.
But then their following statement says, we have more than 35 years of experience investigating dairy farms where cows are exploited for their milk, and it is never that pleasant for these animals. Image number 2. It's a two-parter. The Nintendo game that is realistic, you know, where you're doing things like, what's the quote they have? Violently inseminating a cow.
That would be a good
with your Joy-Con.
1-2 Switch. Inseminate the cow.
Then the other side of that coin is the 1-2 Switch game with that game, because the whole anything 1-2 Switch is like over the top bubbly,
right,
and just nutso, right?
Right.
So here's the violent cow game on 1-2 Switch, and then they're like, you know, Reggie's got the joy.
No, because it immediately springs to my mind Gremlins 2 when they're doing the pan across the genetics laboratory, and in Christopher Lee's genetics laboratory, there's a cow that's being walked by that has a thing on its head that does voice for like what it's thinking, and the cow says, I am calm and centered. I enjoy giving milk.
Well, see? Well, what the heck is PETA so upset about?
I don't know, man. They're watching the wrong movies. Like, maybe they should start making documentaries with Zach Galligan and Phoebe Cates.
Man.
Go talk to Joe Dante.
So, I mean, is Nintendo going to release an update that makes it able for you to violently milk a cow? I don't know. Just wait and see.
Angry cow milker.
Be kind to animals.
Be kind. Rewind. There will be no lightning round this week because we are running up against time here. But hey, games coming out. Dishonored 2's first 3 levels are going to be free this week. So if you have interest in Dishonored or Dishonored 2 even more, check that out for 3 levels and then buy the game for money. Thursday, which is tomorrow, Hearthstone Journey to Ungoro comes out. I don't know what an Ungoro is, but I know what
We've talked about this.
I know what a regular Goro is. Yeah, I'm concerned, but I'm not overly concerned. Friday,
after the regular Goro.
You Ungoro, right? Okay.
You got Ungoro.
Goro, Ungoro. Friday, Bulletstorm Full Clip Edition. That's the edition of Bulletstorm that's new and is filled with Duke Nukem if you pre-ordered it. And then next Tuesday,
in 4K.
There's more than 3Ks. And the next Tuesday, a game that's getting panned critically across the board, Yooka-Laylee comes out.
Oh no, really?
Yeah, no, it's apparently real bad. Really, really boring. Is just a lot of bad platforming and dull.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Well, that answers that question.
Yeah, I'm definitely not
So
playing that.
anytime we've talked about the game, it's been like, I wonder. Now I don't.
Now you don't know. And where I wanted to be is where I am.
That's a bummer,
What am I going to play this week? I don't know.
Hey, what are you going to play this week?
I don't know. What are you going to play this week?
Call of Duty Infinite Warfare.
Okay.
Flower. Maybe start Journey.
To Ungoro.
And possibly start Shadows of the Damned.
Shadows of the Damned?
That is correct.
What the hell is Shadows of the Damned?
It's a video game, Matthew.
For what
It's
platform?
a Suda51 game. It's for 360. It's newly backwards compatible. I've had it on my shelf for years, and now I can play it.
I've never heard of that game in my life. I don't think it exists.
You're not the only one, but it reviewed well amongst some people. I trust.
You know what? Too trusting. And that is how we end a show.
How?